All right, I have started the recording also, so we will practice those questions also. So before moving to that uh, questions, let's quickly discuss with the first topic, which is BODMAS. So these questions come in paper 1, and the initial few questions, rather I must say that first 4 questions of um, P1 are from these topics. All right, so we are going to start the first, you can say, strand or first pillar of the syllabus, which is arithmetic numbers. Okay, arithmetic means the about numbers. So board mass is the first topic. So can anyone tell me what is the purpose of board mass? Why we use board mass? So can you tell me, anyone? You can unmute. G bete. Shahid?
To
Hashim?
as
Oh,
to solve equations or expressions.
to solve equations. Can we not solve equations or expressions without board mass?
We can, but it will give a wrong answer. Yes.
Ma-
Uh,
It tells us the sequence of operations, first two brackets, like how to like in the sequence, which operation to solve first in equation.
that's right. So board mass is basically for to know the order of operations. That's correct. So what are the different rules? Just like Shahir was just saying, BO stands for brackets. So brackets to be solved first, so that we know that these are the brackets. Then DM is having the same priority. Then AS, addition and subtraction, is having the same priority. So if in a question only multiplication and division is there, so we solve from left to right. And if in a question only addition and subtraction is there, so then we solve them from left to right. So I hope this is clear. So along with that, because there are questions involving this concept also, so can you quickly tell me that what are the square numbers and what are the cube numbers? Because this concept is also used in the questions. Square and cube numbers. So what is a square number, Marosh? जी बेटे. What is a square number and what is a cube number? जी बेटे. Hussain, can anyone recall what is a square number and what is a cube number? Ji Hashim, you have raised the hand.
Ma'am, a square number is a number which multiply by itself one time, and cube number is a number which multiply by itself two times.
All right. So basically this concept is coming from indices. Shahir, if you can relate, and Marosh also, Hussain also, जो हम 8th में पढ़ते हैं. Square number is when a number is multiplied with itself twice. Like 2 square is 4. So 2 cube is 8. So because we are talking about square and cube numbers, not the indices, so we will say 4 is a square number, 8 is a cube number. All right. So you must know a few or first few square numbers and cube numbers. You should be familiar with those. Like you should know 1 is the first square number and a cube number. Then 64 is a square number or not. So you should know these things. Square number is when a number is multiplied with itself 2 times, and cube number is when a number is multiplied with itself 3 times. All right. So we will use this concept also during the questions. You need to remember this. So the third thing which we need to revise quickly is integers. So what are integers? What are integers?
Positive and negative numbers.
Very good. So integers are basically numbers with sign. So the number is important, but the sign is also important. So we will not focus only on 7, but we will see what is the sign involved also. So this is very important if you can understand in this way that these are linked with BODMAS also. For example, if we, I'm writing one question here, and then you can have an idea. Okay, basically what is how or why the signs are important. Although when we learned BODMAS, so we were not, before grade 6, we were not familiar with the integers. So we were, just following the rules of BODMAS, and we were able to reach till the correct answer. So for example, there is a question 18 minus 2, let's say multiply by 3 plus 4. So how to solve it? What should be solved first?
-2 multiplied by 3.
So -2 multiplied by 3. Yeah, this multiplication should be should be solved first. So it should be -6 plus 4. So now this is a very huge mistake. So that's why we say, okay, if there is a plus and minus sign in the equation, in the expression, just solve from left to right. Because if you will not do it, so you will miss this sign. Instead of saying -6 plus 4, you will say 6 plus 4, and you will go into the wrong direction and you will say 18 minus 10, because you have added these two numbers by keeping in mind the sign only, but you have missed this thing that this is not 6, this was -6. So if you will keep in mind this integer -6 plus 4, so you will still get a correct answer even if you are not following left to right rule. So because integers are with sign. So this is very important to remember. So now moving on to integers. First of all, what are the rule of addition? So I'm dividing integers into two parts. First is addition or subtraction because they follows the same rule. And the second is multiplication or division. So how to add integers? Sorry, how to add or subtract integers? If they are having same sign, what to do? If
Add.
integers are
The
having
sign will stay the same.
and sign stays the same, and
If both are positive, the sign will positive, and if both are negative, the answer will be negative positive always. If the signs are same.
so if the signs are same, add the numbers, keep the sign same. If the signs are opposite, if the signs are opposite, so then what? Then subtract the numbers and the sign of bigger number will come. So basically integers are basis of algebra also. Integers are basics of the whole real system also. So you need to remember this. If the same signs, and there are many topics in the syllabus which basically where the integers are involved or the signs are involved in the question, and many people or many students make mistake in that. So when integers are adding or subtracting, so if the integers are having same sign, you will add the numbers and the sign remain same. If the integers are having opposite sign, then you will subtract the numbers and the sign of the bigger number will come. All right. So now let me quickly ask a few questions and you need to answer me one by one maybe. So let's say -3 -7. What will be the answer? Let's say Marosh, -3 -7. What is the answer?
-10.
-10. So we are adding the numbers and the sign remains the same. So -7 plus 2. Hashim, what is the answer?
-5.
-5. Very good. So Shahir, what is the answer of -7 -5?
-12.
-12. So Hussein, what is the answer of +10 -2?
+8.
+8. Very good. So Iza, what is the answer of -3 -4? Very good. -7. So you need to remember if the same signs, you need to add the opposite sign. So now come the tricky part. When division and multiplication comes inside, so then, the confusion starts. So what is the rule of multiplication or division? What is the rule of multiplication of or division? So if the same sign, if the same sign, then if the same sign, then the answer is always positive,
Yes.
right? Answer is always positive. And if there is a multiplication operation, so then you will multiply. If there is a division operation, then you will divide. So the important thing is about sign. If the two integers with the same sign are multiplied, answer is always positive. And if the signs are different, if there are different signs, then the answer is always negative, right? So we will not remember it like this, minus minus plus. So we need to see if the two integers with the negative sign, what are they, or which operation they are having in between. If there is a plus or minus sign, so then we will follow the first rules. If it is the division or multiplication, then we will use the simple rule. If the same sign is there, answer is always positive. If there is a different sign, answer is always negative. So let's quickly move forward. All right. So then comes the fractions. So it might look like why we are revising it. We know them already. But actually, when you will solve questions, you will know okay, why I have spent good some time on this. Okay, those questions are very easy. You don't want to make mistake in those questions, which are at least first 4 questions of your paper 1. So now comes the fractions. So in the fractions also, we will discuss them separately. First is addition and subtraction of fractions. So can anyone recall how to add fractions or how to subtract fractions?
You make the
Ma'am, for
denominator same.
Very right.
For
So you
subtraction.
need to, yes. So denominator should be same. So if it is, numbers you are adding, if you are adding two numbers, like for example, if you are adding 1 by 2 and let's say 3 by 7. So yes, you can use equivalent fraction concept and you can multiply them like this to make the denominator same. And if they are not numbers, if they are algebraic expressions, algebraic fractions, I must say, like for example, 2 by 3x plus 7 by, I'm writing a very simple value. So then you will take LCM. All right. So you still want to make the denominator same. So those who have done 8 or the above levels, they know that you need to make the denominator same in this case also. So why revising these things are important? Because these fractions or reading or recalling this is does not only involve arithmetic part of maths, but also the algebraic part. Okay, you can always link it. So in addition or subtraction, we will always make the denominator same. So now comes multiplication or addition. So what to do in multiplication? How
We
to
will directly
multiply two
multiply.
fractions?
We
You
will
will
directly
directly
multiply,
multiply.
not
Or there is a slogan, we will not directly multiply because that will make the remember in P1 we are not having calculator, so we are not going to make the fractions complicated. There is a slogan, simplify before multiplication. So we will do that. We will follow this. Simplify before multiplication. So remember that. For example, I'm just taking simple numbers, but you will have an idea. Like for example, if the fractions are 49 by 81 multiplied with, let's say, 3 by 7. So if we say just simply multiply, that means I will multiply 49 with 3 and then 81 with 7. And then the answer, I will then simplify it again. So that is a complicated thing. Instead of that, simplify comes, you need to change the order. Simplification comes before multiplication. So because you need to simplify it anyhow. You cannot write down the answer like this, ki 49 multiplied by 3 will come in the numerator and this 81 into 7 will come in the denominator. Simplify to aapne karna hi hai. So for that, so instead of multiplying first, try to simplify first. Like I can see simplification ka matlab ye hai कि I can cancel out the numerators with the ones in the denominators. So I can see 49 and 7 can be simplified. So I can cancel this out. So then I can see this 3 and 81 can be simplified. So I can cancel this out also. So it will be this. So now I can see in the numerator it is 7 left and in the denominator it is 27. So remember that when you are multiplying fractions, so remember to simplify before multiplication. All right. So don't, because you are not allowed to use calculator. So you try to keep the things simple. All right. So what about division then? What is division of fractions? How to do that? How to divide two fractions?
Reciprocal.
Yes. So before simplification, take reciprocal and then simplify. Reciprocal and then simplify. All right. So now is the decimals. So decimals, let's do them when we will encounter the question. Right. So let's do the decimals when the question of the decimal will come. So we will discuss. So right now I'm going to share with you lot of questions. you know, and mostly from P1. Balki definitely from P1. They are all from P1. It means you need to solve them without calculator. And you don't want to lose marks in these few questions. So, okay. Can you see? But I hope you can see it on your screen. I will share this PDF with you, okay? Can you see the question?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So these are questions, I have jotted down together. These are all from first 4 questions of P1. So first question, A part is express 72 by 108 as a fraction in its lowest term. What does that mean, lowest term? What do we need to do?
Simplify.
Simplify it. So it's just 1 marks question in the paper. I think so. Yes. Can you see here? Answer A, 1 mark. So 1 mark question in the paper, it means that only the correct answer is expected. So I will show you the, you can say, um, marking scheme also, so that you have an idea ki how the examiner is going to check this question. So this is 1 mark question in the paper. It means no solution is required. They do not like the solution is for your own sake. Examiner will only see the correct answer written on this dotted line. So there is no space also, you can see just question A is written and then question B is written. So 72 by 108. Okay. So I need to solve it because I need to give the answer. So with which divisor I can divide? The biggest divisor, so that I can get the answer quickly.
8.
8. Is it even divisible by 8? No,
No, no.
not 8. So quickly recall the divisibility rules. Which divisor?
4.
No, they are not divisible. अब देखिए, it's such a small topic. Divisibility rule कहीं पे पढ़े थे? 6 में, I believe. So such a small topic it is. Yes, 2. 4 से हो सकता है? शहीर 4 से. Yes, 4 also. So I have made my mind it is divisible by 9. So I was thinking about 9 also. So you can see when you divide, so you should consider the biggest divisor. So 9 ka rule is same as 3. Add the numbers, and if the sum is divisible by 9, so 7 plus 2 was 9. So I can divide it with, you know, just I can divide it with 9. So what would be the answer? 8 by 12. I can still divide with 4. Somebody said 4 also. So 2 by 3. So this is the answer they are expecting. I should write on this bar that the simplified form is 2 by 3. Got it? So now the second part, B part. And if you look closely, B part is having, let me see how many marks. 1 mark again. So B part says evaluate. Let's talk about these keywords also. What does that mean, evaluate?
Answer.
That's right. Solve it. Evaluate means solve it. So how should we solve it? We have just revised how to add them.
Uh, we will make denominator same
Make the denominator same.
by
So
finding the
multiply this
LCM.
side because जी
Uh,
बिल्कुल the by
that's 21.
that's right. So it will be 7 by 21 plus 12 by 21. Is this correct? So it is total 19 by 21. If your answer after addition is improper fraction, so then you need to convert it into mixed number. आपने ये याद रखना है. This is the rule. Okay, you cannot write improper fraction as an answer, and you cannot write an answer which is not in the simplest form also. So only answer is expected. So this is your answer of part B. All right. So moving on to question number 2. Question number 2. I hope the question is visible. Question is 63 divided by 0.9. So 63 is divided by 0.9. What should I do?
Ma'am, like we can multiply both by 10 to make the
All
decimal a
right.
number.
So
So
that's right.
630 by 9,
Very good.
and final
So if
answer
you remove this
is
decimal, that's
70.
right. 630. Final answer is
70.
70. That's right. So just write down this answer on the dotted bar. So next question is interested. So from which topic is this? Add brackets to the expression in the answer space to make it correct. So add brackets. So what do you think? Which topic is this?
BODMAS. Factorization.
BODMAS. The not factorization, BODMAS. Factorization cannot come in these first 4 questions because these 4 questions are related to numbers. So the topics I have shared with you, including, first today we are doing integers, decimals, fractions. Tomorrow we will do percentages. Then there is a rate conversion, rate, proportion. The topics of maths where the numbers are involved. So the first 4 questions of the paper are from those topics. So this is a question of BODMAS. So I need to put brackets in such a way that answer of this equation is 10. So 1 mark question only. What to do? So because answer is very smaller, so I should give priority to the division. What do you think?
Yes.
No, I should give priority to the multiplication so that the divisor is bigger. So I should put the bracket here. So that the divisor is the biggest. So how we are going to solve it? So now this is the only thing I can do. So bracket will be solved. So 8 will be the answer. Then 72 divided by 8, it will be 9, and
9.
9 plus 1, it will be 10. So you will just put the brackets here for this 1 mark. All right. And you can see there is no answer space for this. All right. So next question, evaluate. Again, it's 1 mark question each. Evaluate. So the A part is from which topic? A part.
Decimal.
Decimals
Decimal.
multiplication. So it's a 1 decimal place multiplied with 2 decimal place. So what should be the answer? multiply the numbers. So the numbers will be 24. So one decimal place and two decimal place, when they are multiplied together, the answer should be how many decimal place?
3.
Three decimal place. So it would be 0.024. Right? That is the rule of multiplication of decimals. Ignore the decimals, multiply the numbers, and put the decimal back on the same decimal place. Same decimal place का क्या मतलब है? If this is one decimal place, this is two, then the answer is three decimal place. If you are multiplying a two decimal place with a whole number, so then the answer is two decimal place, because whole number is not having any decimal. So if you are multiplying in the same way, let's say three decimal place with two decimal place, then the answer should be having five decimal places. All right, like this. So now comes the B part. Any ideas? ये किस topic का question है?
Squares and
और if this
cubes.
squares of cubes का सोचेंगे तो how will you take a cube root of 0.008?
Factorization. By factorizing them.
Factorization?
Mm.
But by prime factorization, probably you are saying yes. So first of all, change it into the fraction 8 by 1000. So now you can just do the prime factorization. 2 cube, or ये आपके पास है 10 cube, and this is whole cube. This is also 1 marks question. 2 by 10, and the answer is 1 by 5. I hope this is clear. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. What about Marosh, Shahir?
Clear.
I
Okay.
get it.
So beta, next is evaluate. So evaluate में 1 whole 2 by 3 is divided by 5. 1 mark question again. So how to solve it? How to solve this question? What should
By
we do?
by changing the whole number in a decimal.
So first of all, decimal, if we will go in decimal, it will become more complicated. So it is always advised keep them in the fraction. So first of all, let's change this mixed number into improper fraction. So what is 1 whole 2 by 3 in improper form?
5 by 3.
5 by 3. So this is 5 by 3 divided by 5. Now what should I do?
Uh, a 1 under the 5.
Sorry?
1 under the 5.
1 under the 5, then what?
Then we will like flip the fraction and it will be multiplication.
That's right. So they basically, this is the division of fractions. Division of fractions. So how we are going to do? We will just flip it or take the reciprocal. So it will be 1 by 5. So the final answer would be 1 by 3. Okay? Always remember that if there are fractions, don't change them into the decimal unless it is not necessary. All right. So next question is very interesting. अभी तो मैंने कहा decimals बनाने ही नहीं है. Next question is 4 whole 1 by 4 minus 1.43, or give your answer as a decimal. So it means now I have to change them into the decimal form because they have asked us to do that. What is 4 whole 1 by 4?
17 by 4.
17 by 4, but I want answer in decimal this time. Understanding the question and the requirement of the question is very important. So earlier we have because it was not mandatory to answer in decimal, so हमने उसको fraction में रखा है. And now they
4.25.
are asking us to 4.25. If I will say, I will go in the difficult way, so it will, this question will take a lot of time. So I will simply change this into the decimal form because I need to answer in decimal form. So 4.25 minus 1.43, and now we will simple, subtract the two decimals. So we know the rule, decimal should be under the decimal, and just do the operation. So this is your answer,
282. Yes.
2.82.
Yes.
So next question is still 1 marks question. So they are not, it's not easy to score well in the paper. So question is, add together 181 centimeters and 14.85 meters. Give your answer in meters. So what to do?
We can we can first change them into centimeter, then again in meters, because it's
So
easier
it's
in
just
centimeter.
1 marks question. What do you suggest, Hussein, Shahir, Marosh, Iza? Hashim is saying, okay, we should, because teachers always say, oh, it's while converting, go in the smaller unit. And that makes sense also. But what to do here? If I will change this into centimeters, फिर मैं add करूं, फिर मैं उनको meters में convert करूं, it's just 1 mark question. So what do you think?
I say just convert the centimeters into meters and then simply add.
Very right. So just don't add another step in the solution because they don't even bother about your solution. It's just 1 marks question in the paper and you have 100 marks paper. So instead of wasting time on this, 181 centimeter is how many meters?
1.81.
181,
1.
1.81 meters. So now it's very simple. Just add 14.85 into 1.81. So what will be the answer?
15.66.
15 or 16?
Uh, uh, 15 or
16
16.
point. There was a carry also. 16.6 meters. 66 meter is your answer. So
Yes.
next question is also, this is another topic in the list of the topics you are having under numbers. All right.
Yes.
So express 40,000 square meters in square kilometers. 40,000 kilometers in square kilometers. Meters into
Ma'am,
kilometers.
like first in
जी बेटा.
first meter to kilometer, we divide by 1,000. So we will
Mhm.
make square of 1,000
So we
million.
will divide with,
1
so we
million.
will divide with 1,000 two times, are you saying?
No, we will take the square of 1,000, which which
So
which
square
is
of 1,000.
1,000, which is 1 million.
So
40,000
that's what
divided.
I'm saying, that you are suggesting that we should divide 40,000 with 1,000 twice,
Yes.
right? So what do you think? What do you think, Shahir? Should we do that?
How much is the question? 1 mark?
1 mark question. 1 mark question.
No.
And yeah, acha, first of all, what do you think? Which topic is this?
Uh,
Which topic is this?
squares and cubes and
Squares
conversion.
and cubes.
Conversion also.
Conversion of units.
Yes.
Conversion of units. So remember that when you converted, let's say, uh, let me think. So when you were learning about area, so you said कि if you are converting centimeter square to meter square, so when you convert centimeter to meter, what to do?
Divide by 10,000.
Centimeter to meter. So you divide by 100.
10,000.
So when you are dividing square, so it means you are dividing with 100 twice, or just like Hashim is saying कि 10,000 से आपको divide करना. So it's a similar question. Same is the case when you studied volume and surface area. So then you said कि you are changing, let's say, cubic centimeter to meter cube. So then you were dividing with 100 three times. Remember that? Because this power is telling you to divide it three times. अगर ये simple centimeter हो और आपने meter में convert करना हो, so you only divide with 100. But this square is telling you that you need to do it twice. This cube is telling you that you need to do it three times. So same is the question. 40,000 square meters. So ये square meter से परेशान नहीं होना, ये meter square है इसका मतलब है. और आपने इसको किलोमीटर स्क्वायर में चेंज करना है. तो जब आप मीटर से
0.04.
किलोमीटर, so that's right. So 40,000 will be divided by
1 million.
1000 एक दफा तो किलोमीटर में चेंज करने के लिए, और दूसरी दफा फॉर द स्क्वायर. ठीक है.
0,
सो टोटल 6 जीरोस है,
0.04
4 जीरोस. दैट्स राइट. 0.04
kilometer square.
kilometer square. This will be your answer. Just a 1 mark question. Right? All right, moving on to the next question. These are also 1 marks question. So evaluate. We know what evaluate means, reaching till the answer. So what is A part? Multiplication of
Fraction.
fractions. So first of all, convert this improper fractions into the proper, mixed number into improper fractions. So it would be, what will be the answer? 2 whole 2 by 3. 8 by 3
8 whole by
multiply by
8 by
1 by 7. So 8 by
21.
21. You
It's
cannot
simplest form.
simplify.
Simplify.
It is in the simple, that will be the answer.
Answer.
So next question is division of fractions. So 2 by 5, how you are going
Reciprocal.
to solve it? Reciprocal it. 12 by 7. So now check if you can cancel anything. You cannot, so the answer would be 24 by
4 by 35.
35. So this is also in the simplest form. So that will become the answer.
Answer.
Okay. So next question. So they are checking the small concepts from each topic. Evaluate. 10 minus 7.56. So how should I subtract?
2.44.
2.44. 2.44.
Yes.
2.44. और अगर आप इसको करना चाहें सॉल्व तो 10.00 and 7.56. So just do the subtraction. और यहाँ पर मेरे पास क्या रहेगा 2. So this is your answer. Right? What about this one? Remember ये हमने इसी तरह का क्वेश्चन एक पहले भी किया है. It's a 3 decimal place multiplied with 1 decimal place.
Okay.
So multiply the numbers. What is 10 double of 105?
2010. 2010.
200 and
210.
210.
10.
और अब ये 3 decimal place है. This is 1 decimal place. So where the decimal will go?
0.0210.
0.4
0.
decimal पे. That's right. So this is your answer. ठीक है? 3 decimal place is multiplied with 1 decimal place. So answer should be a 4 decimal place number. I hope this is clear. We have discussed it already. Right. So evaluate.
Yes. We will say
First part is
denominator same.
make the denominator same.
Same.
So what will
21
that
again.
be?
21.
21.
18 by 20.
What will come
18.
here?
18 minus 7.
18 minus
7.
7.
11
So
by
11
21.
by 21.
21.
Simplest form, that will
Yes.
become the answer. So next is 2 by 5, 4 by 9.
6 by 45.
2 by 5. So no cancellation. Yes.
8 by
6
45.
by
8,
8
8,
by
8, 8,
45.
45.
8 by 45 is the answer. All right. So next question. Which question
Expand.
is this?
Expand.
Expand?
Yes.
Expand?
I think so. Expand.
Expand is in algebra, na bete. This is
Multiplication.
which question? Which topic is which topic
Number.
BODMAS.
is this?
BODMAS.
Board math. Board math. So expand word is, specific to algebra. So this is board math. So how to solve? Brackets
5.
first.
Yes.
So
Minus
3
1.
plus 2. What will
Minus.
come in the bracket?
Minus 1.
-1. ये integers हैं. +4 -1. +4 -5. So answer is -1. So now this is 3 minus 2. So what is the
1.
final answer?
1.
1. So next question is G Hussain. You have raised the hand, bete. All right. Hussain, your mic is muted, bete. So next.
मैम 6 o'clock हो गए.
We started late now. I don't want to waste your time. So I will take 5 extra minutes. Okay. Just hold on. So what is this? 1 whole 1 by 3.
4 by 3.
Divided by 5 by 2. So
2.
if you take reciprocal, it will be 2 by 5. So what would be the final answer? 8 by
8 by
15.
15. Can't
So
you
it is
simplify?
also in the simplified version.
Yes.
So that is the answer. So this document I will share. I'm skipping these questions because they are similar questions. You can practice on your own. All right. So we will solve the questions which are a bit tricky or, which is having something different from others. So this question, what is this about? It is given that these three fractions are equivalent fractions. Can you find the value of D and N? It's a 2 marks question. एक आपने D की वैल्यू बतानी है और एक आपने N की वैल्यू बतानी है. So I want equations बना सकते हैं. असल देखा जाए तो ये ratios हैं, equivalent fractions ratios compare हो सकती हैं. So there are many ways. जो 8th और above लोग हैं वो ये भी सोच सकते हैं कि ये उसके questions हैं. Similarity के question है. Equivalence is basically similarity, so you can equate them. So anything. So can anyone tell me what is n? What is n? जी
Variable.
नहीं, how can we find the value of n?
Uh, Unitary method of rate.
We will just equate it, na? We will equate, they are equivalent fractions. So we can use the concept of proportion or ratio. You can say 2 by 3 is
Yes.
equal to n by 39. So now you can solve the equation or you can
Cross
simply
multiply.
cross
Cross
multiply कर
multiply.
ले या फिर ये देख ले 3 is changed into 39.
56.
3 किससे ये
78.
फ्रैक्शन किससे ये किससे मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है 3 is changed into 39.
By कौन?
3
78
3 is
by 3n.
3n. लेकिन हम ठीक है यू आर स्टिल डूइंग द सेम मल्टीप्लिकेशन हम नहीं करते हम ये मुझे बताएं 3 is multiplied with which number कि वो 39 बन गया
13.
13 से मल्टीप्लाई हुआ तो 2 भी 13 से मल्टीप्लाई होगा बिकॉज दे आर इक्विवेलेंट फ्रैक्शंस सो
Yes.
n is equal to
26.
26 राइट ये हम लोग यूज करते हैं ना मारोश ने रिसेंटली आप लोगों ने यूज किया हुसैन और मारोश ये हम सिमिलैरिटी के कॉन्सेप्ट में ये यूज करते हैं ना चीजें ठीक है सो या फिर आप इस तरह सोच लें कि हम इन रेशियोज को आपस में कंपेयर कर रहे हैं रेशियो का कॉन्सेप्ट है सो देन वी कैन कंपेयर दिस पार्ट 2 by 3 is equal to 8 by d. दिस इज व्हाट इक्विवेलेंट फ्रैक्शन इज ये दोनों इक्वल है अगर हमें ये पता चल जाए कि ये मल्टीप्लाई किससे हुआ है तो 2 किससे मल्टीप्लाई होके 8 बन गया
4.
4 से सो इट मीन्स कि ये भी 4 से मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है तो d
12.
की वैल्यू मेरे पास क्या आ जाती है 12 आ जाती
12.
है so very you know one mark question for both the values so you need to keep it simple so next question is again the same actually ये सारे questions मुख्तलिफ years के past papers से लिए गए हैं you can solve it I will share it with you evaluate you can also solve B part is 1.7 one decimal and two decimal you know how to do that all right so let's discuss this quickly the B part so what to do
First,
0.4 plus 0.3 multiply by 5 first of all ये तो
first,
बताएं ये किस टॉपिक का क्वेश्चन है
BODMAS.
BODMAS right whenever there are more than one operation so you need to decide तो सबसे पहले आप क्या करेंगे
1.5 हो जाएगा 5 multiply
मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे सो
1.5.
0.4 को चेंज नहीं करेंगे कितना हो जाएगा बेटे
1.5.
1.5 one decimal place is multiplied with a whole number the answer is still one decimal place all right so
So
now if you add them so
1.9.
your answer is
1.9.
1.9
9.
very good very good so ये उसी तरह fractions के questions हैं so all right so now comes the question ये question भी आ जाते देखे it's again one mark question very simple very straightforward but if you know what is what are the cube numbers so they are asking write down the two cube numbers between 10 and 100 G
27 and 64.
27 and 64
64.
can you tell me a cube number between 10 and 100 Marosh any
8.
other 8 is not between 10 and 100
मैम और कोई नहीं है सिर्फ दो ही है
और कोई नहीं है
5 125 हो जाएगा और 2
जी
8
अब देखें उनका ट्रिक जरा सो 10 असल में जो फर्स्ट 100 नंबर्स हैं उनमें चार तो क्यूब नंबर्स हैं सिर्फ चार तो टोटल क्यूब नंबर्स हैं वन का क्यूब 1 2 का क्यूब 8 है, 3 का क्यूब 27 है और 4 का क्यूब 64. अब 5 का क्यूब is 125. तो फर्स्ट 4 में देयर आर ओनली 4 क्यूब नंबर्स और आपने याद रखना है फर्स्ट 100 नंबर्स में सिर्फ 10 स्क्वायर नंबर्स हैं. ठीक है, ये आपने याद रखना है. दे आर जस्ट प्लेइंग द ट्रिक. Write down the 2 cube numbers. There are only 2 cube numbers. All right, so this concept is also a minor concept. Write down the 2 prime numbers between 30 and 40. Prime numbers क्या होते हैं?
31, 37.
31 and 37. 1 mark question again. ठीक है, ये भी अब आपके पास concept होना चाहिए. So 31 and 37 prime numbers. So next question is evaluate. So who will tell me? Shahir, can you tell me 1 decimal place is multiplied with 3 decimal place? So how many decimal
4
places would be there in the answer?
4
4 decimal. So can you tell me the answer?
oh sorry 0.0035.
0.0035. That is your answer. 7 into 5, 35 and 4 decimal places. Very good. So what about this question? Evaluate 1 by 1.25 as a decimal. The calculator is not allowed. What to do?
We will
1
multiply
by
both by
1 point. We can multiply both by
100.
100 to get rid of this. So it would be
100 by
100
125.
by
125.
125. And now this is not the simplest form and we need to give the answer in decimal also. So if we divide it with 25, so it is 4 by 5. आपने आंसर डेसिमल में करना है. It's clearly written in the question कि evaluate as a decimal. So you cannot give 4 by 5 as answer. What is 4 by 5 in decimal?
0.8.
80.
0.8. That's right. You need to multiply it with 10. Sorry, multiply it with 2. So 8 by 10 and 0.8 is the answer. Very good. So next question, I am leaving it for you to solve, evaluate. All right. So add brackets again. वही question देखें, ये questions are repeating them. The BODMAS question, इसमें आपने bracket use करनी है. Can anyone guess कि where the bracket would go? 16 answer लाना.
7 minus 5.
That's right. So brackets should come here. So ये question आसान है, एक दो दफा आप try करें, so you will be able to reach till the answer. So this is again find the value. So 1 decimal place, oh sorry, 0 decimal yani whole number is multiplied with 3 decimal place. So answer should be a 3 decimal place. Just multiply 27
0.054.
by 2. 0.05.
054.
Types of questions. So if you can see this in the past papers that similar questions are repeating and you are practicing those questions, so that will make you an expert in the paper. So arrange. So this is also very important question. Like this is
We will
now 2
change all
marks
of them
question in the paper.
into same category.
Same category. So in order of
Because
size, starting with the
fraction.
smallest. So which should be like fractions are not easy to compare. You know that. Fractions को compare करना is difficult. So 9 by 20 decimal convert करेंगे because decimals को compare करना is easy. 9/20 क्या होगा in decimal form?
We can change all of them in percentage.
We can do that also. It's up to you. We can do
45,
that.
39,
Let's do that.
46,
So 9/20 is
45.
45%. Okay, either convert them into percentage or fractions. ये 39% है. So the last 2/5 is 40%. So which one is the
नहीं
smallest?
उसका हो सकता ना. हाँ
Which one is the
इसमें भी हो
smallest?
सकती है हाँ. उसमें हो सकती है इसकी.
Sorry, which one is the smallest?
39,
0.39. लेकिन आपने ये
0.39,
याद रखना है, अरेंज करते हुए आपने क्वेश्चंस वाले नंबर्स लिखने हैं. 0.39, then
2 by
40,
5,
so 2/5, then
9 by 20,
9/20, and
and
lastly 46%.
46%.
ठीक है.
Hmm. And is the class over now?
जी बेटे, now we can stop. All right, so we are done till question 21.